The following is a review for critical, analytical, and educational purposes only, and is protected under Article 17 and 107 in the United States Fair Use Code. This video is not an infringement on copyright. Please enjoy the video.
Well, the 86th Academy Awards have come and gone. It was a joyous night for all involved, as some of the most talented filmmakers in the industry were given awards for their cinematic achievements as voted by the 6,000 voting members of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. In the end, it was 12 Years a Slave that took home the big award for Best Picture, and while you can debate whether or not it was the best movie until the end of time, I think it's safe to say that it is a deserving winner. Steve McQueen is a great director, and it's great to see him earn some dues in the industry. However, almost spoiling this were two Academy voters who publicly, but anonymously admitted that they voted for 12 Years a Slave to win Best Picture without even having seen the movie. The quote itself, first reported by the LA Times, stated, "Two Oscar voters privately admitted that they didn't see 12 Years a Slave, thinking it would be too upsetting, but they said they voted for it anyway because given the film's social relevance, they felt obligated to do so." The Academy of Motion Pictures of Arts and Sciences is made up mostly of 70 to 80-year-old white men who have retired from the industry. Filmmakers who are currently working in the industry are too busy working to take part in the voting, so these people are who have to vote for the films. Sorry to use this overused meme, but they have one job: to watch the movies brought before them by the studios and vote with a preferential ballot as to which one is the best. So, with 6,000 voters, what's the big deal if only two of them didn't watch the movie, right? That's only a fraction of a percent of the voters. In fact, it's 0.03% of the Academy. But we don't know how far this goes. Only two people admitted to doing so. In fact, there was a story that broke around the same time by Cartoon Brew, who got a hold of 7 of the ballots for Best Animated Feature, where many of the voters stated that they had no interest in animated films, so they didn't vote. That's depressing on its own. However, some of them voted for Frozen because it was the only of the 5 nominees that they had seen. This goes deeper than just 2 Academy members not watching a movie. This makes my blood boil. The members of the Academy who voted in this irresponsible way, you should be absolutely ashamed of yourselves. In fact, I think the Academy should track you down and kick you out. You are a member of one of the most prestigious organizations in entertainment history, and you just sit on your golden throne and not even do your simple duty. You are not being asked to do manual labor in a coal mine. You are not being forced to write essays and assignments based on these movies on a regular basis. You have to just sit your asses down and watch one movie for 2 hours. How is that so hard? And you're a voting member of the Academy. You get privileges. You will get invited to free screenings. They will send you digital copies to your home so you can watch it in your own free time. If you cannot watch a movie, then you should not be a member of the Academy. And what's depressing is that this is an issue that is easily fixed. Give each voter a digital copy and have some sort of a playback record on it that shows whether or not the file was watched. If it wasn't watched, then the viewer is not allowed to vote. This is a simple fix. This is the 14th year of the 21st century. I'm sure we can do that. Oh, but of course, 12 Years a Slave is too upsetting to watch. So of course you shouldn't watch it, Academy voters. It's terrible that a talented filmmaker is able to make their work leap off of the screen and grab you in an emotional way. What next? Not watching Gravity because it's too thrilling? Not watching The Wolf of Wall Street because it's too morally complex? Or not watching Her because it's too thought-provoking? Where does this end? Now, I'm sorry to dwell on this one point, but too upsetting? When a film is able to effectively make you care about its characters and make you feel emotion towards these people, even though at the end of the day they are just lights on a screen, do you know what I call that? I call it fucking art, and simply dismissing a movie because it does its job effectively belittles the very medium that the Academy claims to love so much. It belittles the hard work and talent of all of the incredibly visionary and brilliant filmmakers at the Oscars that night. And also David O. Russell. And feeling obligated to vote for a movie because it's socially relevant, whether 12 Years a Slave is socially relevant is a discussion for another time, but I feel that years down the line, when all is said and done, Django Unchained from last year will be the movie that is considered more groundbreaking, for daring to break down the barriers of how our culture viewed slavery and accepting it as a topic in film. I believe that if it wasn't for Django, I doubt we would have films in 2013 like 42, The Butler, and yes, 12 Years a Slave, in my opinion. But like I said, that is a discussion for another time. But being socially relevant, why not vote for a movie like Her then? A movie that is a snapshot in the future on how people consume or engage with technology. Or what about Captain Phillips? A movie that tackles the differing cultures in a post 9/11 world between American privilege and the difficulties of third world countries. Or what about Philomena? A film about a woman attempting to find solace after being oppressed by religious zealots who took the one thing she cared about most. What I'm getting at is that whichever movie is the most quote-unquote relevant is a topic that is simply too complex to say, this movie is about slavery, therefore it should win. It's more complex than that, and it takes a lot of time for that subject to sink in, because we won't know what is relevant until years down the line, because that just sets a very bad precedent for the industry. Any film studio can release a movie based on any topic, claim that it's relevant, and possibly get a nomination just because. Do you see what kind of Pandora's box we could have opened here? One final topic before I close this video. But how must Steve McQueen, the director of 12 Years a Slave, feel about this issue? It can be hard to forget this, but these films are made by people at the end of the day. Steve McQueen dedicated 2 years of his life into this film. He poured his blood, sweat, tears and passion into 12 Years a Slave, and he based it off of the life of a real person who underwent real, terrible hardships. How must he feel about creating a piece of art 2 years in the making based off of a real person, and not having it be watched by the people that he wants recognition from? I don't know about you, but even though I would have a priceless golden statue in my hands, it would still make it feel like my victory was pretty damn hollow. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this video. I'm sorry if I got loud and ranty, I'm just very passionate about this issue. I would give my left leg to be a member of the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences and vote for which I feel was the best film of the year. So when you get people like this who kind of abuse their privileged position, it kind of makes me a bit angry. But anyway, what do you think about the issue? And if you liked this video, then be sure to hit that like button below. And if you want to see more videos about film or analysis and review, then be sure to check out these videos that are in annotations on the screen now, and don't forget to subscribe because that really helps me out and you can be updated on my future videos. I'll see you guys next time.